So with day trading for success. So here we go again after yesterday's roller coaster. What can we expect today? So for those of you that are new here, just watching this for the first time, I'll go over the layout really quick and the strategy really quick. So this layout has the custom scanners that I have to pick up the movers. Okay, and you can see from a indicator here about the liquidity on what the mover might be, as far as having to be able to get in and out quickly for the scalp and recoil, the strike and recoil strategy. So these are custom coded scanners, and there's a lot of information about them. But you can get any of the things that I talk about. I have links to if you're interested in them, and it helps the channel. This is a 1 minute chart with a lot of custom indicators on it. What I always have set up is the 9 EMA, the 20 EMA, the VWAP. These are the SMAs for day. They're on a 1 minute chart, but they're day levels, 50, 100, and 200. I have the MACD directional, which basically just gives you an arrow so you don't have to figure out reading it. The same thing with the buy-sell oscillator. That's the RSI, relative strength index. It's going to give you arrows. If you get these things, they even have little alarms and stuff. Basically, designed for these indicators are designed for prop firms to help train traders to just recognize that you have a move in play right now, and they don't have to take in all this data if they're interested in looking at different indications. You know, what I always say is you're just trying to line up as much as you can possibly line up to take that trade. As many verification type indicators. So all indicators are doing is they're reading past data and they're applying their criterion to them in a certain way. So you might not believe or like certain ones, and you might like particular ones. There's really no harm in having them all up, so you can just kind of line them up to whatever your beliefs might be. Some people just want a totally clean chart with nothing. If you're succeeding, I say do whatever works for you. But I'm an indicator-driven trader. Then we have the market magnet, which is based on the volume profile, and this is really tweaked for large cap and mega caps, which I trade here almost entirely on these sessions that you'll see live streamed. And that's going to have a lot of bells and whistles that let you know. And you'll see me call these things out throughout the trading day. Multiple chart alignment, so important. I have the vertical lines here, I'll expand, that show you when the other chart time frames are closing, and then you can see are they green or red as they're closing. You know, is it going long or short? So you're trading with the crowd essentially. So besides the historical data is going to point out patterns with different criteria, right? And then you're looking for what is the crowd doing short term, not for the day trade, because day traders for the most part fail, 95%. But the short movement, the momentum of little waves of movement, that you're trying to catch. That's why I trade on a 1 minute chart, and it just makes it a lot safer. I also have the daily average for individual stocks. What I mean by that is on a 1 minute candle, it needs to move, and I don't see it up here, which is annoying, but it needs to move. Oh, here, no, that's not it. I don't know where the indicator is. I got lost there for a minute because it's usually right here and I don't see it. So I'll look for it in a second. Yeah, it should be here because there it is. So it's just not showing up for some reason. Anyway, that's going to tell me that there's at least, you know, what is the average volume on a 1 minute candle? You know, I need to something over 50,000. Really, I'm looking for 100,000. So there's an indicator designed just to pick that up for liquidity purposes, right? So that's on here too. This is the scalp liquidity meter. This is brand new. I'm testing this out this week, so I can quickly determine whether this stock is worth trading. Okay, so I quickly just look at that. I don't have to continue to look at it. If it's, you know, usually I want to look for something elite, not warm like that, or prime. That's good too. And then down here you have, this is brand new. This is now available, intraday reaction zones, which has the 3 levels of the ATR, quarter, half, and full, which are usually the ones that are most often used by other traders to determine a zone to trade in, because we're all looking for a range, right? So in that range, you're trying to find particular levels that might be respected. So you get them marked, or you can just remember them, or you can mark them themselves. Now there's an indicator that does those ATRs, high and low, quarter, half, and full, as well as the pre-market low, center, and high. These are the most commonly watched levels. So reaction zone, reaction zones. So it doesn't mean you can just turn around at them, but you want to make or go in at them. You want to make make them top of mind, make them understand they're there. So it helps you make decisions. Again, there's so much to look at when you trade. The indicators are designed just to make it easier and faster. Like there's a line there, there's an arrow there. You may not like them, you may like them. Most traders like them, most prop firms use them. They might not put them all on like this, but I put them all on so you can see and determine, and I trade with them all too. Then you have the whole and half dollar levels, which are going to call it every 50 cents and every whole dollar level. Psychological entries and exits for traders, so making note of them is a good idea. And then we have the, again, I don't know what this is. This was on here yesterday too. I think this might be an iteration of the intraday reaction zone. So I have to take a look at that code. I don't want to open it up right now, and then we have down here the Scalp Pro meter, which is sort of the engine that drives the trades. You can see inside the 1 minute candle how many buyers, how many sellers, what the percentage is and stuff like that. So that's everything that's on the 1 minute chart that I trade. On the 5 minute, you have those multi-chart alignments. You can quickly see what is the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. They're all green right now. The SPY and the Q is green. I have that up here too that I watch detached on a 1 minute chart, so I can see, and these almost always move in concert, which is interesting. But if I'm about to make a move, then I might, and I'm thinking I might get stuck in it, I take a look at this just to see what's going on, because large cap and mega caps move a lot like these. Or is it that they move and then the SPY and the QQQ move, the chicken or the egg, whatever moves what, but it's a good idea to keep them in line. So that's basically what these charts do. And then you have the active trader here, and then you have the level 2. So I have a day chart reduced down here that I might look for bigger moves on. And that's what you're going to see me trade on. For the news, I have a general that's not linked, that's on the SPY, that's going to give me most big news stories on the stocks that I trade. So I have that up here that I can glance at. And then I have stock specific linked to it. So now normally I would rarely look at these, but in this environment with what's going on lately with the war and the White House the way that it is, just with every little bit of news affecting the market, it's craziness. I have them. So that's why I'm saying. And then Benzinga is going to be general linked news, and I have that too. I'm a pro member and a contributor and all that. So, and not that you can get this yourself, but you just have to become a pro member. And that's just going to keep me apprised to bigger news, that social media stuff that might drive even these big stocks. Now, it used to be the reason I liked trading large cap and mega cap stocks is that they did not move much with the news unless it was stock specific, like something specifically about that company. And we don't have to worry too much about fundamentals. We're looking at short-term, action on these stocks. We're looking for a high and a low range that we can go short off the high and long off the low of a range. And then we're trying to micromanage that range down to like 10 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents, and take those short moves of 100 shares or 200 shares, make those 10, 20, $50 trades, even $5 trades, depending on, you need to make your own day trading plan, remember, guys. And, oh God, this entire time I had the disclaimer on. You missed my entire entry. What a maroon. I'm a maroon. Oh, you're probably yelling at the screen. So, yeah. I'm going to go over this again really fast. What the things I were talking about with the custom indicators. You can tell I'm going to have a rough day already. Custom indicators. Here's the day chart I was talking about. Here's all the indicators I was talking about, if you remember them and all. Oh my God. I'm embarrassed and feel stupid. Here's all the things here. You're like, get it off the screen. Why does it? See, I don't have Charlie here. Nobody's here yet, so. Anyway, and here's your 1 minute chart. Here's your active trader. Here's your level 2. Here's your QQQ, and here's your day chart down there. Here's the news that's non-specific SPY that I talked about. Here's the news that's specifically for this stock that I talked about. Wow, it looks like I don't have very big delay. And then here's the SPY and the Q that I watch. Okay, and then here is the Benzinga that I watch. So, God, still feels stupid. All right, so yeah, a lot of weird news. Let me check latency here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's more like 5 seconds today. I hope it speeds up a little bit. And now we'll start again. So that's all about the layout and the, what I look for when I do indicators. Hopefully the description was enough to get you some value if you're brand new here. But you already probably turned off the video. So we're looking for a range, high and low, like I just talked about for the strategy. We're going to be doing the strike and recoil strategy. And what that is, you picture a snake striking. You go the opposite direction. You hit that recoil when the snake comes back. After the rattlesnake bites your leg and tries to kill you, you shoot it in the head when it comes back. No, you're catching the recoil. Almost always, a high percentage of time, you get a recoil. It doesn't just keep going straight up, right? That's not how price action moves. It goes up and back, up, or down and up, whatever way it's going. So you get a chance to get a recoil. That's what this entire strategy is based on. And why it's on large and mega cap stocks is because they consistently stay in a range. They consistently give you another chance what if it did keep striking, right? It struck, but it didn't really recoil enough. It only recoiled like 2 cents. You couldn't take the trade. Then it did it again and went up 15 cents. And then it only recoiled a couple of cents. And then it did it again, before it really started to recoil. What I usually do is I enter in a much lower than my maximum share size, like 25%, and then I can add to that price point. That's a dangerous way to trade. You should have a maximum loss per trade, obviously, and a maximum loss per day. So you need to remember, if you didn't read that disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, and you need to really be careful and do your own due diligence. You can watch me trade. I know people follow, but really you're on your own and you need to be careful and have a day trading plan, trade in a sim first, all that stuff. Now, let's talk about the bias a little bit today. Well, to finish that one thing, if it keeps striking, you might want to add, or you might want to just get out. That wasn't a good trade. Get out. Now, the strike and recoil strategy runs in the 80 to 90% accuracy, trading accuracy. So if you are, meaning that it's going to recoil, close to 90% of the time, giving you an option. So if you catch it, you're going to be 80 to 90% accurate, most likely. So you don't want to overstay your welcome. You don't want to go for big numbers. But why I need a stock that has a lot of liquidity, so you're getting that recoil opportunity. It's not just sitting there within a penny and just barely moving. You need recoils, 10, 15 cents, 20 cents. You need strikes and recoil. That's really scalping, okay? So let's talk about now, we're using 3 different AI models, feeding them back into ChatGPT after we prompt the questions. This is a new way we're doing this. And we're asking things like, what are the analysts rating? What are the news that's coming out that might affect the market? What's the Fed doing? What are the bias for these stocks based on up to the minute data, like giving the exact time, 9:13 a.m., April 7th, 2026. Well, this was actually done at like 8:50 a.m. I'm reading it right here. So this was done a few minutes ago. And we took all that data, made ChatGPT give another synopsis using all the other AIs that we used. And I'm going to read you what it's basically giving us here. So macro drivers this morning, no CPI or PPI today. Those are later this week. Key catalysts are still ahead. Market is stabilizing after geopolitical tension, oil / Middle East. Hawkish rate expectations. Fewer / no cuts priced in. Futures this morning are slightly positive, attempting to bounce. This is not a confirmed trend change, more like relief bounce in a fragile environment. Boy, is it ever a fragile environment. What matters today? Bond yields are still elevated, pressure on growth. Oil volatility affects broader sentiment. No major economic release this morning. Price action will be technical, but positioning driven. Key theme for today: market recently sold off hard, now attempting to bounce. That creates a two-way environment. Translation for this style of trading, which was put in. Don't short anything anymore. No full long either. Fade extreme. Scalp both sides. This is kind of what I've been doing. Is that we cannot trust either way. So it's what's so great about this strategy, I'll keep reading here, is that we're getting in and out short term, right? We're getting in and out quick. So generally the big news shouldn't affect us unless we get stuck. Like yesterday, I did not focus on the JP Morgan rating of Tesla, which most people think that's why that went down. I decided to go into a swing. Had I really fathomed that story, I would have just got out for a couple $100 down. Instead, I went into a swing. If you watch my afternoon, you can see when I finally sold it. I did add in where I was going to hold margin 2 times overnight, but we all talked about it and we felt that it was going to continue to fade, and I was just stupid to hold it. I was already stupid to hold it that long. And as you can see, it is continuing to fade. I think I sold out at 352 at 1100 down. Luckily, I made the money on MU and ended up with the day not that far down. I ended up for the day to be, there's my day. So I ended up 263 down. Is that what it says? Yeah. And so the month's still up. But yeah, can you imagine if I had all the MU profit? That was annoying. Let's make sure I turn off this little screen. Okay. So that's what happened yesterday because I didn't see the right news story. Annoying. I'll say it again. I do the strike and recoil, but I will often, if I'm out of position, if I called it wrong, because it's large cap and mega caps, I usually get another chance to make money. So I will often hold it. So remember, that's how I trade. I don't recommend you. It depends on what your account is, what you're trying to do. So much depends on your style of trading. So if you just see me hold it and you're just following me along, that's really dangerous because, the way I trade and how I can handle loss and what I do can be so much different than what you do. You need to stick to whatever plan is. That's my advice that you have. And no, somebody said, "Oh, you're changing it as you go along." No, I've always traded that way. It's not. You're not listening then. If you do, yes, there's a strategy, but there's a strategy within a strategy too. There's a couple more strategies on top of that too. So I will ever evolve and change my mind. And I am not trying to teach you an absolute, right? I am continuing to learn, and the most important thing, if you're going to take anything from what I say, trading is, every day is different. Every stock is different. You can't count on anything. Line up as much as you can and go with the probabilities. And then it's all brand new. The next trade's all brand new. You can't, people saying when it gets here, go there, turn them off. You can't count on that, right? If it gets here, go in, okay, check everything first. So that's the one advice I give. There is no constant. There's no constant. You have to always be ready. I enjoy that. I love the challenge. I love to scalp. I have so much fun scalping. I scalped an hour longer yesterday than I normally do. And I still didn't get tired of it. I love to do it. I love the fast pace. I love the fact that it can go against me, the challenge. You may not be made of that. You might want a very calm trade for the day or the week or the month or even the 5-minute or 15-minute, maybe not the 1 minute. So somebody asked me in an email, "Oh, you said your mother," I made some comment about my mother and she's still alive, and asked, "Does she trade?" And I go, "Yeah, my mother though, she will only trade the 10-second and 30-second charts. she has to be very, very fast moving momentum trading. Okay, that was a joke. my mother, I was recently visiting her, showing her some of the trades that I do. And she's like, is that real money you're trading? Is that real? And she was just terrified. So depends on where you're coming from, what your risk level is, so everybody's different. And she was freaking out. Like, I turn it off. I can't handle the stress. And a lot of people are like that. I mean, she can't handle the iPhone. So, but anyway, 90 in momentum trading. Can you imagine whoever bought that at first? All right, I'm moving on now. Sorry. Okay, big picture biased. Okay. The market generally is neutral with expecting a slight bounce, but it's under pressure overall. Rallies can fail quickly. Bounce attempts inside a very weak market. Sector reaction. So the semis trying to bounce but still fragile. Mega caps mix but not in sync. Energy still strong. Watch rotation. Stock specific. So these are the ones that we asked about that I commonly trade. Nvidia, still a leader, but extended volatility moves with semis plus AI sentiment. Apple, defensive name right now, often used for a parking spot for people, which is interesting in uncertainty. Tesla, volatility, very news reactive, not following clean structure. Boy, you can say that again. AMD and Micron, semis bounce candidates, but weak underneath. So basically, don't trust anything right now, except the immediate data in front of you, which is how we trade, which is great. Palantir still strong, relative strength versus market, momentum name. Amazon range bound, reacting to market. Intel keeps popping, scanners, rotation interest. Netflix quiet strength, less volatile than others. Now these are based on the scanners, that we asked about, the ones that were popping up. So concise biased, SPY is neutral, slight long bounce, fade into highs. QQQ, neutral, slightly long, weaker than SPY. That's interesting. Big caps, your core list here is saying Nvidia neutral, Apple slight long, Tesla neutral. I disagree. I think Tesla's going to go down. AMD neutral, Micron Technology neutral, Palantir long, relative strength, interesting. Amazon neutral, Intel slightly long, scanner strength. It is got scanner strength. That's why it came up. Netflix slightly long. So there you go. That's our data, guys. Let me rearrange my screen so I can click stuff faster now that news stuff is off of it. And get ready to get in here. So trading the open now, I think one of the things I want to do is I'm going to look at AMD at the open and see if we can get a wow. So I'm thinking everything could just go straight down today. So I'm worried about I was thinking about taking a off of a dip, taking a long, but I worry. But maybe short term. Let's go back to Apple. Again, people park their money there. It's the slowest. Let me do let me change this to a 30-minute real quick. Let's do the pre-market. Let's follow the day trading volume 1 pre-market. So that would be right here. Let me mark those levels. That's a breakout level. That's a breakout level. Okay, so I'm going to say 30-minute. I don't have much time here. So there's our 30-minute high, basically, and here's our 30-minute low. Now the pre-market's going to be marked for me, so I don't have to worry about marking that. I didn't do all the caps correctly and all that stuff, so. I kind of wanted to get that marked because that's a very, wait a minute, did I miss that? Oh, it's still moving, that's why. Wait, what time is it? No, that's, oh, it's this candle I need. that right? Yeah. Yeah, I've got the wrong one marked. So let me see. This one is, the high was 257.25. No, I don't want the high. I want the open and the close. So the close was 257. And the open was, wow, there's like nothing here. Open and close. It's the same. I have no levels. Okay. I can't use the 30-minute. That's kind of, I was marking the wrong candle. It has to be the 30 minutes before, the 9 o'clock candle on the East Coast if you're doing it. Okay, so that's not going to help me. So I'm going to look at the pre-market levels. Let me get this back to a 5-minute chart. I'm just going to get set up here to possibly take an open trade. And you guys know I recommend you never do this. This is a crapshoot. I don't have the data to take this trade, right? So what I really just have is levels and then an overall bias. That's all I have here. So if I looked at this, let me look at the overall, what's been happening here. There's our VWAP. We're right at the VWAP level. So it's been moving with it, which is cool. I would look to go long really off of one of these two levels. Either, I see the strength here, but here's the pre-market. I mean, here's the ATR half, and it just broke it. Oh, now it went up already. So I'm going to look to go long here, although it's pretty high for Apple right now. It's hard to call, right? That's why you don't take the trade. Especially in this market, right? I'm really stupid. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the price action within it and see if I go in the 1 minute or 2 minute in the second candle. What I don't understand is why my indicator is not showing up. This one right here should be showing up. And it's not, and I don't know why. And I don't have time to deal with it right now. That tells me what the liquidity is. I just know that these stocks I'm picking, they wouldn't even be on this scanner if they didn't have that 100,000. That's what this scanner's based for, that's coded. 100,000, minimum of 100,000 volume per 1 minute candle. So, all right, what am I missing? Oh my God, I did it again. I clicked that off. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I clicked it off. There's little eyeballs on my, oh my God, on my OBS. And I clicked it and I didn't double check that it went off. So I talked this whole time and you got to see how I was doing. And I talked the whole time and you got to see my disclaimer. And really, I don't know what you missed except I was looking at the charts. But sorry, man, go ahead. Send me a nasty comment. Give me a thumbs down. I deserve it. Well, I'm here now to trade, thank God. It's just, so sorry. I hope that doesn't mean how I'm going to trade today. Because if that's how my perception of things is, this could be a problem today. Oh, man. Okay, shake it off. Shake it off. Being not as accurate or incorrect is way worse than losing money to me. If you've watched me trade, it's like I'm not worried about the money as much. Thank God I'm in a position to not have to worry about the money as much. But what I do want to do is deliver a good product to somebody and teach them what I know, the best I know. And I hate it when I screw that up. So I'm pretty pissed off at myself, more than if I just lost $1,000. I'm angry at myself. So I have to, like, you know, okay, shake it off. And I'm good at that, and just shake this off and get into trading now. If you're new here, most likely you won't be here again. All right. Here we go. We got about 40 seconds right now, according to my clock. It's already broken the ATR low, so I might try to do, I'm going to drop this to 50. I'm so unsure of this thing. I'm going to try to catch it off of the pre-market low and see if it gives me an opportunity if it goes down there. So that's in 20 seconds to see, or if it's just going to shoot straight up again. Right now, the SPY and the Q are pretty steady here. Now, if it goes way up, I will take a dip. I'll take a short off that level. Wow! It went straight down so fast I didn't even get it. Wow, I'm gonna grab it there. What did that get me at? 13? 513. Okay, that's pretty good. That's way down here. I mean, it could be good. So its low is not too much further than that. What I mean by that is the market didn't completely screw me on the trade there. It filled me close to where I pushed the button. But do I want to average in or just take a hit here and get out quickly? I think I'll go like maybe 40 bucks down and then I'm out. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a hit. Yeah, I'm just going to get out. I don't trust it to come back. So that's my first trade. It's bad. Now it can go back up for everybody else. I got to dig out of a little hole now because I did a dumb thing. I honestly, because of the political environment, don't expect it to move like normal, up and down, up and down. It could just go straight down, and that's why I got out. What we've been getting is we've been getting an up move the last few days that I hadn't been capturing. So I was like, this time I'm going to get it, you know, and no, it didn't get it. So now normally for this strategy, we're going to wait to get about 15 minutes in so we can try to find those channels, those highs and lows. Yesterday, I really got into a zone with the slow share size with MU, and I got, you know, over $1,000 doing it that way. But typically, we're going for $100 or $200, keeping the share size low. Really glad I didn't stay at 100 shares. I would have been over 100 down before I knew it. You wonder, do I get into a bounce down here? You wonder, you know, because both the SPY and the Q are going up right now. So is it everything changing? Is Apple about to reverse? I might take another trade here, guys. Let me see. Wow. So there's the ATR low. That might hold it. Let's see. No, man. Look at the 5 minute. Ouch. Really glad I got out when I got out, huh? Is something gonna hold this? Like to catch the reversal of this, guys, which is not really what we're doing. It's more like trading the open still. Now, if you did trade the open strategy, the second it broke, you know, that level, you would have gone short. That's what the open strategy would have said to do, and that would have worked well. They say it's like printing money. That's in Day Trading Volume 4. But I did not do that. It's been one of those months so far, though. Luckily, the first 2 days I did make money of the month, but it's just been really hard to call, honestly. So where did it stop? At the 53 level, we'd call it. That's where it got support for now. I'm going to mark that in a blue line. I started to make them solid across so they didn't interfere with my... As I make more lines, they don't interfere with my 5 minute chart where all the prices were all over them and I couldn't see the lines. So this is coming in. This is going to pull the market magnet now. Thank God I have it on. There's the magnet. So that usually acts like a hammer and hits it down. So that's what the market magnet does. That's the volume profile, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. You could have already taken that trade. And bam, did it ever knock it down. Where's our VWAP? Is everything going this way? Wow, the SPY and the Q are going down. Trump ally hopes Stone Age talk is bluster. Stocks decline pre-market. That's the sector. Update at 9:12. Analysts have lowered the bar for S&P 500 earnings. That's on the SPY. Man, I don't want to go long anytime soon here. What the heck's going on? Q's going up. Interesting. The Q, the last three candles have been green. The SPY's all red. So magnet's going to push down again. See that, guys? Yeah, be careful going long right there. There it is. So it should go down. There it goes. Just like clockwork. That's why that's a really good indicator to get, the market magnet. You get short-term moves. You don't, just say it's going to go down $2 now. Just, you get your 20, 30 cents. And I did not take it, but I mean, it's gone down $4, so I'm really thinking that it's going to rebound here. And NVIDIA, if you look over here, we get to see, so NVIDIA's kind of staying steady. Tesla stands steady. MU's a couple bucks, which is, you might as well call it steady. Apple dropped $4 on no news, really, which is interesting. Amazon's steady, and Palantir's steady. So everything else is pretty steady. I picked the one stock that decided to go down. Is there news on Apple that I am unaware of here? Apple's iPhone dominates global sales. That was at 705. I feel at some point here we're gonna get a rally back up here. I need to look at some bigger data here. Look at that. All right, so we got a level here from a few days ago. Let me mark that. This is another level here. I'm gonna mark that. We're below all those. Then we're getting down to here where we're far away. Far, far away. Shrek. And then here was a big dip. We're kind of at a support level here. But not very strong, right? This one is a bit better support level, but no, yeah, because it hit here too. So the $51 might be the spot where we get a turnaround. Where are we at now? 52, if you go by support and resistance. I'm just going to stick with this for a bit, guys, see if I can get back green on this. Go up to 100 shares. And our volume has, oh, there, finally liquidity came up. There it is. So it's 75,000 average per 1 minute. So that's gone down. We're at 132 for the last candle here. This will turn blue and get a ding when the strength is going in a certain direction. Man. Now, a prudent person would just go short or walk away from the stock, but I'm looking for a long opportunity. I am not prudent. Yeah, I'm looking to buy the dip here. 52, could that be it? Nope. Jesus, look at it, keeps going. I'm going to go in at the 51 if it gets down here. I'm going to go long down here. That's my intent. Again, I'm looking for news on Apple. Am I just crazy here? Competitive technology hardware. Ah, man. I don't know. You know what'll make it go up is if I go short. Just saying. Maybe I can spoof it. Go short, get out, go long. I know the puppet master's watching me. That's what it is. A whole market based on what the professor does. God, thank God I saw that stupid eye was on before the trading opened anyway. Jeez. Okay, it's slowing down at least. So here's the bottom of the market magnet. That's the range it's set for, 50% range. There's the high, there's the low, there's the magnet right in the middle. Our VWAP did come down with it, but now it's got to retrace toward it, and it has slowed down. I'd like to see a nice green candle with a dip, then I'll go in for a long and try to recover on this. That is not the strike and recoil. That is just a day trade, a scalp based on support levels and price action. That's all it is. Wow, that was not a green candle, guys. What in the world is going on with Apple? Why would it go down that much? It feel like it shouldn't have ever gone up. The close the day before was 58, then 56 at the open. And it was going down a bit, you know, pre-market. Tesla and Nvidia's going up. I have a swing on that at 179, I believe it's at. So I like to see that go up. I think that's the only swing I'm holding right now because I'm so terrified of the market right now. So this coming in is going to push this down. See all that? There it goes. Is the magnet going to come down with it and even confirm that we should go lower? It wasn't a very thick stripe, so it wasn't as many people at that level. So there was the 51. I didn't take it. Kind of like a sign of a reversal before I jump in. Here's the 200 down here at 49, so right below 250. We're 10 minutes in. God, I don't think I can't go long until this confirms some sort of a bottom here. Look at the strength of these, just consistently going down. Let me see if we have any recoil. That was 10 cents. Yeah, it just recoiled up 10 cents. $10, but that was a trade. This didn't come down, so that's good. The VWAP's still staying up there near the low of the ATR. These levels are pretty suspect that I drew. Whole and half dollar levels would be, and the 200 SMA would be something that would be a better thing to respect. Yeah, I'm going to be using the flatten key a lot. You know, that whole Tesla trade was because I pushed that whole reason I got stuck and added. I mean, obviously I compounded bad decisions, but it was because I pushed the wrong damn button. So that's why you don't want to, you want to have your own trading style. I make mistakes all the time. Here we go. We have a green candle finally. It's exciting me to go long off the 151 level. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm in. Let's see how bad it goes for me. Everybody go short. Mother of dragons. What is going on? Now, remember yesterday Apple got me down $200 to start. I think I would have learned. Wow, that's not good. That's going to send it down. Let's watch the reaction close. Yep. Okay. We're not gonna keep following that. All right, so I'm now probably every trade's been a losing trade. All two of them. All right, I think we want to get away from this stock for a while till it finds its bottom. going to be one of those days. Now, yesterday I had great luck at this stock. I got a hole now to dig out of. It's $100, right? What is my hole? Oh, that's not what I want. I want that. Yeah, $99.99 on sale. No. Oh, no. You gotta be kidding me. The whole chart's frozen. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting like, I don't usually get like allergies from, but everything seems to be, as it starts to be blooming this time of year, I'm starting to get it when I never used to get those problems, but maybe it's with age. All right, let's see what levels we have here. Let's get that down to 50. See if there's anything to trade here. So we had some consolidation between the center and the market magnet high. Every one of those is 50 cents. So we definitely have, that's why it's called elite. We definitely have the range. It's just calling these levels can be really tricky. It's really early. It's really early to start trading something like this because we don't get the consolidation, the levels we're looking for. So this is a bit risky, besides it just being the way that it moves. So we're going to be watching this for a little bit. I'm not going to go over to Tesla right now because I'm pissed off at Tesla. Wow, look at how it dropped $3 more. $10, $9 from when I sold it. Another $1,800 down if I had held that. Vindicated. Yeah. Okay, so everything's going down. So probably thinking about short, whatever we do, short biased right now. So the 20% of the market that hasn't been corrected because of this war seems like it's being corrected right now. Wall Street traders are positioning ahead of Trump's Iran deadline. Guess you're supposed to call it Iran deadline. Pardon my American accent. Yeah, this is just going straight down. Can't trade it. This is going to be a really tough day unless things start to level out. Let's look at this one. This one had news and, wow, an old fib level. And it was pretty good news. So let's see if we can get anything here. Oh, this same chart situation. It'll correct itself soon, I hope. Wow, there's the 100 moving average. Look at that. We're right in between the averages. 200, 100. What do we got here? Yeah, it's calling it elite. Yeah, it's moving big time. Shares are pretty big, high too. So this is not one we normally trade, but this could be interesting. All right, that's about the size I like them. These are all the whole and half dollar levels. So we got a rejection right up in this area, which is almost an abandoned baby there, right at the 328. That general area there. And then it hit the 50. That's the 50. Wow, we've got day levels. This could be good, guys, to call the levels. SMA 50, that's great. So I'm going to go short biased on this good news stock because of the overall market and hope we keep getting long corrections, sort of. That's how I'm thinking about it. So I'll look to go dip off this level. We're in the trading zone now and in the area where this strategy should work, if it works at all today. And our spread is, wow, pretty big spread. How fast is that moving? This is going to decide my share size here. 10 cents. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it at 50 shares until I get a feel for this. Let me look at the day on this one for a minute, guys, just to see how, yeah. Oh, so really it wasn't that. It's been higher. It's kind of right in the middle of where, you know, it's most recent. Here's why it's rising. Google and Anthropic deals. That's what I heard. I heard that news earlier. How much did it go up today? Not much, really, guys. So that was post-market. I was just making sure I could see post-market. So 330, $7, really. What is it right here? Yeah, that's more than $7. Well, today it's actually down now. So yesterday it was higher. I mean, it was lower, but so it went up quite a bit before the open. It was up, and now it's come down a little bit. So there was the climb right there. So that was $12 roughly. So we might get a correction today. Short's probably the way to go, right? Because of the way the whole market is going. So let me see if we can get some kind of a, where that's the 325.63 is the, I'm going to go ahead and go in short right there, guys. And I'm willing to add to it if it goes up. I just didn't want to miss the move down, so we'll try to get a decent trade here. Wow, okay, so it is moving a lot like MU moves. I pushed the button at the wrong time, and a winning trade can become a losing trade. So that should be about $13 or so if it picks me up. I will add to this if it keeps going up. But I probably would wait till it gets quite a bit up here. So 50 cents would be like $100 against me already. All right, so I'm going to cancel that order. I didn't do a lot of analysis on this. That's going to send it up. Saw this went off as it was going up, so it's like a surfer on a wave. It's just people pile on to what the action is. There's definitely recoil opportunities. I'm just out of the recoil right now. At one point I had a trade and then it never picked me up. Not really a risky stock to trade because I don't normally trade this. It has good news, but then we're counting on the market having just generally bad news. And I'm not going to get greedy if it gives me a trade because I'm seeing the SPY and the Q. Well, now the Q and the SPY turned around. Whole and half dollar levels are all I'm going to look at. Whole and half dollar levels along with the pre-market and ATR data. I'm not going to start marking historical data on this. Went all the way up to 330, so that's almost, over $4 off of that. That's $200 if it went back to its high. So I got to be ready to be in some pain here to trade this short. I'm prepared. Uh-oh. More people are jumping on here. We want to see that fade. Here's your VWAP back down here. So I like the fact that's staying real steady and not going up with it. I'm not going to average in though until I have a real price point correction. This is too close to my position. And then we'll look for the swale down on a stock I don't normally trade. So we'll see. It's the fun of trading. Yeah, definitely not an exact science lately. So we got a tombstone there. And there we go. Now we got hit. Now we got hit. So 6. That's almost a whole dollar that would have been up for me. Oh, almost added, and now it's not high enough for me to add. I think I'll wait to add till it gets even higher. I'm not going to jump out of this. I'm going to wait for the move on this. I'm not going to jump out with a loss. I mean, I will jump out with a profit. So, to be clear. So had I picked it up there, I would have had a green trade, if I had averaged in. That would have been 50 cents higher on this position, so 326.25. So I would be in the green here. Not a lot, but that's why that's the strategy of adding in, is because of that. Those type of moves. You change your recoil position, Okay, I like your dip. Can we keep doing that? There we go. Are you going to pick me up this time? Oh my God, I'm so annoyed that I don't get picked up. What is the... I'm just going to get out. Hey, it picked me up for exactly the price I saw. Now it keeps going down. Now, logic would say go long off this 50 right here. But I am playing it short. I mean, that was a lower high, and downed market, basically. So, risk it? I think so. No risk it, no risk it, no biscuit. Is that what they say? That's just below the 325. 325, the $5. That's a psychological level in itself. Yeah, I think if it drops to 325, I'm going to get in it again. Oh, see, I already had a recoil there. I didn't catch it. So let me try it again if it goes down to the 325. Or try it for the first time. There we go. I get it? Okay, so I got it at 90 cents. Looking for a very quick recoil. I don't want to overstay my welcome. That was 10 cents anyway, so on 50 shares. So we took that. Now it's down. It's almost down to the actual 50, which is, oh, it doesn't say it. Oh, there's its price, 71 cents. So really, it should stop in this general area on the way back up if it's following its pattern. Right around 326. If it goes back up, that's about where it should stop. That would be a decent short level. Wow, so it broke the 50 now. Where's our open here? Yeah, it already did that over here. Let me do a smoothing level right here just so I kind of have my eye on that level. Again, they're just guidelines, so be careful trying to respect something that I draw like that. Right, the center. That's the center pre-market, as well as the 50. We just broke it. Yeah, whole market's going down. Yep. QQQ is breaking its pre-market low in the ATR half. And the SPY's coming up to both of those as well. What's everything else doing? NVIDIA is sticking at the 175 range. Tesla is $4 down from the open. MU is $6 down. Apple continuing to go down. Glad I got out of that. $7 down. Amazon is even money. Palantir is even money. Those are ones we might want to look at for consolidating. Yeah, I heard Palantir was one of the ones that was possibly going up today. So if this doesn't support down here, then we have a problem trading it. This needs to get a support down here. So AMD is $1 down. At least it hit the scanners today. That's a smoothing level, but definitely I'd want it to hold at 323.50. Let's take a look at the bid here. See if it breaks the 50 cent here. Or you could look at the market maker too up here. So it hit my smoothing line. I just took an average of all those very quickly, eyeballed it, and that worked. Believe it or not, it often does. You see me do it really quick, and it Q's down to 582 and dropping. SPY's down to 653 and dropping. Wow. So yeah, there's correction going on right now, guys. Be careful. I want to go short now because of that. So see if we can get it back up to the 50 here, and I'll take a short. That's 70 cents. Doesn't look like it's going to go up anymore. I mean, it looks like it kind of did its thing. See if we get a surge, another surge there. Any other data I can see? Volume picked up on the last up, so that should make it go up a little higher. Let's wait it out. Nope. It dropped. Would have been a great little recoil there. I'm not going long off that level down there, I'll tell you that. Made a little flat bottom here, but kind of over where it did before. So something at that level, a lot of people at that level. Oh, time is a ticking by, and I'm in the hole again. Let's see here. All right. Oh. I tried to go in, and I canceled my order. I was trying to go in at the 70, but I think it was going to hit me at the 50 cents, 56. Either way, it didn't pick me up at all, so we're getting really good recoils here. If we can get in without trading market, we almost have a sure victory here. But market could throw us off where it gives us our price entry. Oh, it just dropped off. Yeah, it's not even going to hold the 24. It looks like it's going to break it. Can we get another surge up there? I'm waiting for a better entry. I'm just not getting it to go short. take that if it picks me up. 41. Come on, I'll take 41. I'll play the reindeer game at 41. I already would have had a 30-cent recoil. I'm going to wait to see if it swales up one more time. Here it comes. Come on, baby. Pick me up. So I'm at least in a trade. I'm going to get out. I got out because it looks like it's surging up. So I'm like, it would have got me right then too. It would have got me. It just looks like it's going to go higher. So I got out to try to get a better price up there. But then it dropped. So 41 was a good spot. Went up to 44 on the ask. It is really messing around here. Well, you get me? 68. That was fast, but 50. Stop dead at that 50, huh? I got in there, but it just didn't pick me up. I mean, I got in at the high, really. Sometimes being that quick on the draw is a detriment, right? Because you're going for the ultimate price up there. There it was again, 67, 68. See, it looks like it's going to break the 50, so I'm kind of cooling my jets. The 50 SMA, yeah, there it goes. Went to 72, just by 2 cents. It's rejecting it there. Market has not stopped going down, so this is doing its own tune here. Still would rather go short than long. Oh, too bad. We missed that trade. That would have been a good one, huh? Down a whole $1. Oh, boy. So we had a channel. I tried 3 times to get in this channel, and it didn't pick me up any of the times. 3 possibly good trades I never got. Now we're channel hopping, so I would be worried about calling this at a specific area here. I think I'm going to want to move on. I mean, we did green here, but it's everything's going down. Yeah. So we want to go short bias. Who do we want to go short biased with? Apple seems to be, already made a big enough move that I would worry about shorting that. AMD is pretty close here, though. This could be our baby. Let's take a look. Did the chart fix itself yet? Yes. Yay. Okay. It's I talked about this, and it's a reconciling thing, like all my indicators, and everything needs to catch up and reconcile. There's a lot more to reconcile on my chart. So all right, what do we got here? We're still chasing it down on AMD. Oh, man. Okay, so both the SPY and the Q seem to have found a temporary bottom. This would be one to go long off of normally, but I want to be short biased. That is the 100 moving average, right at the pre-market low. I mean, this should turn it around. If support and resistance means anything right now, this should send it up right here for at least but I'm afraid to count on it, because I think that politics are the bigger thing right now. Yeah, here's news. Iranian missile hits building in the UAE. That was at 9:15, actually. Then right above that, I have cheapest car insurance option. So Benzinga is just giving me general news here. So NVIDIA's acquisition sparks fresh fears over fairness in the AI chip race. Citigroup maintains a neutral on AMD, lowers price target to 248. Well, that's still well above this. Gas pumps, this is on the SPY, just hit $4.14. Biggest inflation jump since 2022. So that's hurting the market too. That was at 10:01, that story. So that's a recent story hitting the SPY news. Yeah, what a prudent person does is we just don't trade this right. We just don't trade the market right now. You can't take swings, and even the short-term data is becoming very difficult to read. However, I can try it here. I can try a short up here. 16. See if we can get up to the 50 cent. Okay, well, that was close. 40 cent. I tried. It's going to pick me up. I kind of just want to get in a trade, even if I'm feeling pain. I just want to get in a trade for the competition of it, you know. So I would add as this goes up. I deliberately kept it at 50. I thought about it. Probably here or at the ATR quarter right there. Man, it just wants to hurt me today, huh? We got to get in the game. We got to try. We got to push the envelope. 217 is probably a bigger, I don't know what that price level's from, but I should have grabbed it at the 217, the even dollar up there. Oh, I guess I put that right there. That's right. With these whole lines are messing me up a little bit. That just told me that I need to change that. We're going into the green now. Wish I would have added up there. See if we can get back down here for a more decent trade. I'm not getting as many trades, so I've got to go for a little bigger than, I mean, here's what they're giving me right now per penny, so kind of looking for at least 40 cents maybe. So I'm at 40, so that would be, yeah, there's 40 cents at the 216. That would give me $20, right? This one, yeah, I'd like to see it come back down here. So let me see if I can add to it up here, and then we wait for a swing down a little lower to make some bigger money. So we saw it was a green trade. It just wasn't much, so I'm waiting it out for, I'm already in the hole, so I need to get the, how much did I make on that other one? All right, so I'm still $79. Well, it's an open trade right now, but $80 down. There's 27 cents. I'm looking right here, guys. This is a great indicator to judge. The goal is only 17 cents down the way it's been moving. So this candle skewed the average here for the last 5 candles that is taking the data from. Making a little bull flag here. I'm holding this a little longer than the regular recoil. Plenty of time. Wow, just went way down in volume, huh? Yeah, this is only warm liquidity right now. So this is really makes it harder to make money when it gets down that. The recoils are so slow. It's another reason why I want to hold it longer for into a bigger move. Yes, go on up here and I'll add to you. There you go. Let's get up there. Let's get up to this level and fade. Then we can make some big money on the drawdown. Big money. 20 bucks. Come on, baby. Again, this called it to go longer, you know, so keep going up. Getting on that wave and riding that wave with all the other people. Volatility's picking up a little bit here. You can see the liquidity is. We'll get a good trade here. Just got to wait it out a minute. I really want to add to it, but I want to wait till it's up here. Yeah, we've got a 5 and a 15-minute green, the 30 and the 1 hour red, 30 minutes way up here. We just crossed the 15 minutes, so we may get some action going up here. It's on the 20 now. There we go. One more spike, and I'll take it. Yeah, I'm just going to get in at the 17 if it lets me in. I went at 09. Right there I am, trying to get grabbed. There it goes. Okay. Now I got 100 shares, so now I'm taking a bigger chance. We're looking for a drawdown now or a continuation of my losing streak. You can bet on everything now, so you could probably bet on the professor's accuracy. Not exactly, you know, strong buyers here, so. Resting on the 20, heading down toward the 9. About to make me a nice, happy person here. Did a tombstone there, or inverted hammer, some people might call it. It was started to look good for me there, like a $15 trade, but now it's back red again. Excuse me. Sneeze. Poop. Sell. Or buy in this case. I have it over flattened just so I don't make the mistake. It's just like, here we go. We're going up. Kind of like it to commit to going down. It's starting to scare me. All right, 20 bucks. That's what I was looking for. I saw the swale, so I hit it on at 15 and got 20. So we got something out of that anyway. After waiting all that time. So here we come. Where's the magnet? Up here? Yeah, so here's the VWAP. Here's the magnet. This isn't very much. It's pretty thin. I'm not sure that'll pull it down. She's letting you know there's a lot of price at this volume. There it goes. It did pull it down. So this is going to go down. See if I can get a hop here first. One hop up before it goes down. Back up to 217. No, went right down off the magnet. So this is a really good indicator to get, guys, because some days it's just like you can count on it, just like 100%. And other days it's a slight delay, and then some days it's just wrong, like anything. But generally, probability, it does call it because it's based on the data that just happened. So it's just telling you that's going to probably continue for a short period of time. See how the volume's dropping? We're down to 40 here. But the price is still jumping into elite status as far as giving us the liquidity. Here we go. There's the 217. It's going to pound up higher. Waiting to try to catch it on the next rise to get a recoil. There, I'll try that there. 19. Then it went to 25. Looking for a recoil off that level. I like the level. I don't mind adding to that if it got up in here. Probably wait till, what's this, the pre-market? I'd probably wait till up here. Yeah, both the markets are turning around, so that's interesting. I mean, the SPY and the Q, I mean. They have actually a pretty strong upward move there. That's why I just took that trade and didn't wait for a real lot. So we got another $9 out of that. I was looking at this. Oops. Looking at that. I got into the trade and I looked at like, ooh, what's going on over here? Maybe that'll send AMD up with it. So. Any new news? Nothing on AMD specific. Gas pumps was the last one at 10:01. And let's look at stunning Artemis photos. So what are all the "we never went to the moon" conspiracy theorists going to say about this latest flight? I have my own history of that. My father actually was on the team that designed the retroactive firing systems for the Apollo missions. I absolutely believe we landed on the moon. I'm just going to put it out there. You can send me hate mail. I just absolutely believe it beyond a shadow of a doubt. I used to come in, see the rockets on his desk, and you know, so that's how old I am. So remember doing a whole thesis on that, you know, with all the data and the facts, and they were at NASA. They get to, you know, they were interviewing the people, and I was around. I mean, you know, no question in my mind that it happened. And I constantly get into conversations, not really arguments, because I'm not gonna. I know people just want to believe. People just want to be conspiracy theorists, man. But you know, you can't hold that kind of that many people. And really, I talked to somebody just before this flight went, Artemis, and they're saying, oh, no, that's not real. I'm like, seriously? This day and age, you can literally see everything in the moment. And you're saying that not even that flight, not landing, isn't real. It's like, God, you just want to. I think it's people proselytizing a lot, too. Like they want you to believe their point of view. They're like proselytizing that point of view, like a religion almost. They're trying to convince you. They work really, really hard, even when they don't believe it themselves. So there's a lot of that going on, that they want to have news, you know, that you might not understand, and because you're not as smart as them. And there's others that just truly believe it. I don't know what to say about it. I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna play the recoil on that. I got worked up. Sorry, I got out of sync here a little bit. Still trading the recoil on the way up, but it looks like it might keep going up, so let's watch it close. Keeping the share size low. I don't know if I want to add to this. Honestly, I want to recoil or get out. That's what I want. I don't think I want to add to this. You come back and give me a recoil because you're acting pretty strange. Hit the VWAP, which is that's a good rejection point. Let's see if it breaks that. I think I'm just going to get out. I just very strong upward move right now for AMD. I tried to catch a quick recoil, but it didn't even give me like 2 cents, so. Exciting. It's exciting. There it goes. A little bit. $2. Give me my $2. Break that pre-mark. Oh, really? Was that it? Seriously, I should have taken the $2. I don't think market would have given it to me, though. I think it would have slipped. All right, what I do want to do is get out of this trade. Either way, it's not performing as I would like, so lesser loss or tiny win or worse. Yeah, I think I lost $2. $2! Now it can drop. Yeah, all right, so. Wow, it's just really tough and boring to trade today. I'm pushing it, you know, trying to get back out of the hole here and just pushing it. You go over to stocks like MU or Tesla, and it's just like more share size, you know, more money risk really with the same data points. So it's just like, I never really did check Palantir. Let's get a look at that. That was long bias today. Let me look over. So these guys are resting. The Q's resting on the pre-market low and the ATR half. It may be that the afternoon's the better time to trade this and just get out of this morning session and come back in the afternoon. I plan on coming back today, so this is like pulling teeth trying to trade this stuff. Okay, so this is cool. We've got the VWAP and the 50 up here, and we'd like to be short biased, so that's kind of cool. Two ceilings. Yeah, kind of went up here. Said it was going to go long today, but long from the open, did they mean, or yesterday? Long bias today. So it did start up, went down. Yeah, that's a pretty big. Well, is it really big? 47? No. So we're used to dealing with bigger numbers here for spread, sort of. So it's got an elite status as far as liquidity, which is good. It means we will get in and out of the trades. And you can see our levels are much smaller, so let me go up to 100 shares. And see if we can get something. So look at that little abandoned baby up there. That baby was obviously extremely ugly. It was headed toward the cliff. That's terrible. Let me take that off and save default there. They have abandoned it. I like to think that it's the mother, not the father, that abandons the baby. Just saying. From my perspective, that is a bad mother and a decent father who isn't even aware yet that its baby's been abandoned. It's like, what? Wait, what? Wasn't it your turn to watch the baby? Did the dingo get your baby? Do you remember that? Are you guys old enough? Some of you are, I'm sure. That whole, the dingo ate my baby. Wow. Holy mackerel. Can we get up to the 50? And then Seinfeld made a big deal about it. And then the whole woman's life was destroyed. And then, like 6 years later, they proved she was right. The dango did eat her baby. The wild dogs in Australia ate her baby. Her whole life was just, I think she actually might have committed suicide. Her whole life was destroyed because nobody would believe it. But they were making fun of it, you know, now that doesn't, I wonder if they still play that episode. Larry David made it, you know, big. Well, everybody was joking about it because the way that they did her accent. I'm just going to get in that trade with sell market and hope that it rejects off the 50 and the ATR. So I'm just playing the levels here, guys, giving it a shot. I got it 08. So let's see if we can get a big recoil here real quick. That's what I'm hoping for. Did say long biased, and we are kind of off from when it said, off the open. So a little risky. And I did go in larger share size because the way it was moving. I too made fun of the woman that said the dango ate her baby. Because it seems so fantastical that you thought, well, couldn't you come up with a better lie than that or whatever, you know? But anyway, so made $6. Unfortunately, didn't hold it into that move a little longer. I flattened. I thought I was flattening on the swale, that I would catch another $3-4, but I didn't. It didn't do what I wanted. The market decided to take it from me. Market maker. Do we play long to go back up there? You know, that's the question. It's made a nice big move. It's also made a nice potential bear flag on the 5-minute. Did it break the half point? No, it broke the bear flag. Remember, get your candlestick pattern playbook, guys. They're the only one that rates them. If that was a bear flag, 82% chance that it would continue to go down here after this candle closes. Wait right here. If this turns red over here on the 5-minute, but it's not really up because it went halfway up the pole, so I would tend to go short again up here, honestly, up near the ATR. Let's see if it breaks the VWAP and stuff. It gives me a better chance to get in short. That's like at 46.17, that line, that level. Obviously, you can be trading 500 shares the same and making much more money than what I'm doing here, or losing much more money. What is it right now? Well, we're getting closer to being. The afternoon's going to get us nice and green. This is not pleasant trading here. So probably somewhere between 2 and 3, I will be back on today. I'm not leaving right at this second, but I don't picture trading the RV strategy right now. Nobody really wants to. Yesterday, you know, I didn't trade, but just a little while, and generally people were not doing very well, even on the RVs, and that's rare. It's just levels can't be trusted, and Fibonacci's are out the window right now. Not even using them. We got to wait till we can start to use those again. Whoa. What did that hit? That hit the, wow. Let me see if that punches again. Is that going to be it, or is it going to punch again? Because last time it went like 2 or 3 strikes, so I waited this time to go in. Really, I'll try to catch it on the ask if it punches up. Oh, come on. Oh man, that was a good one. It didn't get me. I already had a nice recoil. I canceled. Too bad, huh? I tried. I was just within a couple of pennies of when I was up there. That was a great strike. Had a nice big recoil. Resting on the ATR now. One time we get some real action, it won't pick me up. I switched to, I said, well, I'll try the ask. If I'd just gotten in, it would have maybe punished me by a few cents, but I would have had a great trade. Might have got me green even. That's how great. All right, I'm going to keep playing it short for the recoil here and try to see if we get another opportunity like that. Here's a magnet way up there, so but now it's leaving the VWAP, so and we're down here by the 50 moving average. What else is up here? Where's the 100? It's far away, right? Far, far away. I've got Shrek in my head. Some of the traders have kids in there. What is the movie that's watched the most that they have to continually watch? And the answer is Frozen. Frozen over and over and over again. I wonder if it's because it's a girl rather than a boy. It's tempting to go long here, guys. It keeps messing around down here. Okay, so you're about to see this magnet come down. If this keeps coming in, then that may have been our high for a while. Because that's the only other thing pulling it up here is where the volume price, average volume price is way up here at 147.05. But see this coming in here way down at 145.80. Let's see if it pulls it down. Stop though. So hesitate to buy. Yeah, see, here's more. That's going to send it down. So I hesitate, and the MACD sending it down too. So I hesitate to buy. I was short biased anyway, but I was thinking of trying to catch it back up here. I mean, this is the one that said it was going to go long today. So out of all the stocks that we read. I can't call it. I just can't call it. My quarterbacking skills are out the window in this market. Thank you for the nice emails that people sent me yesterday. I appreciate it. When you're red, you beat yourself up no matter who you are. So it's nice to hear stuff, how I'm helping. It's really the main reason I'm on YouTube is to help other people. And that might sound corny to you, but that's the truth. Certainly not to make money off the videos. We can see that. So that would be nice one day if that actually happens. Let's see. Okay, I'm looking to go short. If it bangs up there again into the, was hitting anywhere near the 50 cent, anywhere up there, I will take a short. Look at the market maker here, guys. That's what I'll get with a little bit of slippage. I mean, I only have 100 shares, so I'm not slipping because of the level 2. I'm slipping because of where they put me, their little algorithm. Oh, I stopped at that ATR. This 50, this VWAP, and this ATR, man, this is great to have to help us call the trades. As long as it consolidates around here, the better, the easier it will be to call these. Looking for it to drop off of a little bit below the 146. It's just too much at that even dollar right now. A spike down, I'll take it too. It gives me a big spike down. I am going to go long on a spike down now. I've decided that I'll go for it. Anywhere of 45.80 or below that, I'll hit a buy order for a recoil up. That's my thought process. I'm sticking with it. take it. Wow, it took forever to fill me, but that's okay. It filled me all the way at 87. So now we need you to do what you've been doing and not create a new pattern of going short. You need you to go right back up here off these levels. There's the magnet. The magnet pulled down. I didn't even see that. I missed that. I knew I predicted it was gonna, and then I didn't see it happen. So we want the recoil back up now. Come on. Do what you're supposed to do. But Professor, you got in the trade, so now we're going to do the opposite. That's what the market sounds like. But Professor, wouldn't it be freaky if like the market had a voice, but it was like Mr. Rogers? Okay, traders, it's a wonderful day on the stock market. Could you be mine? Will you be mine? I will own you. It becomes a demon. I never watched Mr. Rogers. I'm just picking that up from the YouTube shorts and what other people say. I was not a Mr. Rogers watcher. Apparently he did a lot of good for a lot of people, though. No judgment here. Okay, let's get up there like you've been doing. Let's make a pact that you will help me get very green. Can you say boring? I need some price action here, guys. Come on. You're staying like 2 cents around my position. I'd rather you just go down, you know, at least it's exciting then. Okay, I was kidding. Yes, I'll take that. I won't get greedy. Do you ever get the feeling the stock market isn't actually listening to you? Okay, where are we at? We're past my normal time. Nobody's waiting to trade on Zoom. Everybody's terrified. I mean, the large share size holders are not waiting. That crowd has been a little dwindling over the last few weeks due to the unpredictability. I mean, doing pretty good, you know, still making money, but not 5,000 a day, I'll tell you that. So, you know, it just goes with the times, right? Let me just think about this for a minute if I want to keep trying this. I know I plan on coming back in the afternoon unless something weird happens. And I think we might have a better read, although I don't know the news, how many, I mean, he wants to make sure that they sign some agreement, right? So he's going to probably put out more, speaking of Trump, he's probably going to put out more social media statements, and then that thereby making the market more volatile, right? And that could happen in the afternoon as it gets closer to his deadline, right? So he might just start saying stuff like he just said, you're going to wipe out an entire civilization. And that is not cool. I'm sorry. Not making a pro-Trump or anti-Trump statement. I'm just saying nobody should ever say something like that. Nobody. Now, maybe that's a negotiation thing. You'd have to hope, but still, not cool. I'll stop there. Apple stock drags down the Dow. That story came out at 10:35. Yeah. Apple, what did you do? I thought I traded you long, and look how I got hurt. Still digging out from this Apple debacle. Yeah, 99 bucks. Fooled me. Why is it dragging the market down? Let's go over to it and see if it has individual stories. Here's the Apple stories linked. found reports suggesting the production of the foldable iPhone has had engineering hang-ups, which may delay shipments. Oh, I didn't even know they had a foldable iPhone. That's how in the know I am. That'd be kind of cool, huh? I'm definitely an Apple phone person, but I don't buy every new. I get angry. You know what happened with my Apple Watch? Maybe you guys. I have an Apple Watch right here. I don't know if you could see my Apple Watch, but can you see it? I don't know if you can see it, but I had an Apple Watch. I have an Apple Watch, and what happened is it stopped. You know, you could charge it once, and it would work for 24 hours. And then it stopped. It suddenly went down to like 12 hours. Actually, when I was out of the country, I was in Europe, and it was so annoying that it wouldn't even get through the day. And I'm like, God, did they purposely make these things to fail? And of course, we know they do. We make them to they make them to last so long, and they've said that. They've admitted that. So it's like, am I going to have to get a new Apple Watch? I was doggedly like, I'm just going to keep charging this thing. I'll just carry the charger everywhere I go. I'll just charge whenever I get a moment, you know. And it went on for about a month, 5 weeks, and then it just corrected itself. So I think they put some, okay, this is a conspiracy, right? But I feel like they put something in there that lasts just long enough so that you go in and get a new Apple Watch, you know. But if you wait it out, you will get your Apple Watch back and find footage of them landing on the moon. No. It's a conspiracy. Now it's working fine, but Tim Cook is probably listening to me now and going to purposely send out a little bug for my phone. Well, it hit a low down here. That's right where the market magnet is. There's the RSI sending it. Man. Yeah, I'm going to take that. So I went for a swing. I went for a recoil on that. I went short. I got it at 43. Again, just risking things on the way up. But it went up so far, I figure we're going to get some bit of a recoil off that level. I'll take that. Oh, I thought it was going to be more than that. Oh, well. I took that little recoil, and we're slowly climbing out of this apple hole. Did I lose money on that? I thought it was only $20 down. Whatever. That's kind of my goal before I leave, was to do that, but I don't know how much longer I can wait. I believe the afternoon section, I'll get it pretty quickly. One trade, and I'll be out of the hole. I'm hoping that we have price movement for the afternoon session. Everything's red across the board. Here's my watch list I usually use to go really quick. If it's not hitting the scanners, I'd like to check out some of these. But wow, is that? I just saw it coming. Is that big of a delay? Let me see. Wow, 9-second delay you guys are getting. That's terrible. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why. I have no idea why that's happening. How's my mic doing? That's okay. So to go long, I really got to wait for it to get down here. To go short, if it punches up in here again, I'll go short, just so you know what I'm thinking, since we have such a big delay. Anywhere over 46.50, I'll go short again, 146.50, and then I probably wouldn't go long unless it was down closer to 45.50, a whole dollar channel. But price action may reveal shorter channels than what I just called out. There's sort of a smoothing level there, and here's sort of a smoothing level here. So those are just possible reaction zones of my intraday markings. Weak. They're very weak, so you will see that often right where I put them, though. I think it's just from so many years of doing this stuff that I can kind of call the smoothing level pretty accurately. I don't want to jinx myself, but and as always, you can't count on anything. Every trade's a new trade. Every day's a new day. Every stock's a new trade. And within that stock, every minute is a new trade. So, okay, so we're getting closer to where I want to go. And there's 41 cents. Can we get a spike up? There was 44. That's where I got it before, I think, was 44. If I grab it again, I might hold it a little longer. Okay, so it should go up higher. There's the volume as it went up, going higher. Nope. Give it a second. It might punch right here. Man, people are really fighting against that 50-cent level, huh? Let me mark that. When I do the large trade, they can talk to me, and usually it's a big debacle of yucking it up in arguments. It's a whole different. But I was going to say we do go over the market again at that time, try to see what's happened to call biased. And usually people are honed in on a couple stocks that everybody's voting for that they want me to trade. And that's usually Tesla or MU, something that's giving the potential of making big money. That just, if you were curious, that's what usually happens. But we have jumped around. We do AMD a lot too, because that's the RV levels. The trouble with, if you're trading the RV strategy, day trading volume 1, there is a criteria you follow to rate the stock, and that includes Fibonacci levels and historical data. And when you're using Tesla, when you're trading Tesla and MU, you don't get like the 7 or 8 rating that you're looking for. It's usually like a 4 or 5 rating. So it just comes down to sheer scalping skills from short-term levels. Then it's not, it feels more like a scalping strategy than I mean, the RV strategy is scalping, I guess, but it's a longer term channels, like 50-cent dollar channels, not 25-cent, 20-cent channels. And you hold the trades a little longer. And you usually go with the short-term move, not against it, like this recoil. That's the difference. Read the book. I mean, it's a good strategy. Doesn't work all the time, like anything. You can't count on it all the time. But you want to have your maximum loss and all that stuff. But I know I got some people keep saying, can I get into that thing? Well, you got to be a large share size trader to even be considered. And there's a pretty big list. And now the people that are in it haven't changed in a while because nobody leaves and everybody's friends. And it's kind of like a, what do you want to call it? A clique now. It's not fair to other traders, but I do come on now and stream so you can trade with me if you want. Anyway, today might not be one of those days you want to do that, but yeah, it's kind of cliquey. And they will hold me accountable. And we have competitions, amongst ourselves. And it's a whole different ball game. I'm watching this close, guys, looking for it. What did I get it at? 46. That wasn't bad because I thought it might only be 42. So I went short off that climb. We're looking for one of these back here now and make an actual, do something decent here for me. Oh, come on. Get down there. Get a recoil down there. It's kind of channel hopping there, huh? But I'm near the top of the channel, so I'm fine with that. I'm right near the 50-cent mark there, unless it keeps going, of course. Get me into the double digits. Come on, get down there. A little more than that. I'll take that. All right. That's something. That's something. How far do I have to go? Oh, $20. That's only 2 hours away. Oh, man. Second I raise this share size, it's going to go against me. Oh, you're only 200 down. Because I'm forcing these trades. These are like, I mean, really, these levels aren't bad. I mean, that was a callable trade, but it started to scare me that it was going to keep going. I've lost the confidence in the, look at it, see, like that could have happened, and I'm actually thinking about doing it again. So it's up at the 50 cent now. Wow, is it going to fade off that? Yep, that would have been a trade. Almost did it, but I was busy complaining. Can't get in the way of my complaints. You gotta let a person vent. I have people that are in the armed services, friends, and they were telling me about the desalination process, about how they never need to go to port to get water. It used to be that it didn't work that well back in the day when I knew more about it. And the way it works is they suck the salt water in, it goes through superheated, and it makes the steam. And that's how they get the fresh water off the steam. Then it filters it again, and then it gets it so purified that they have to add minerals to it. And it's interesting, too. You don't think about water tasting a certain way, but it does. And when you have no minerals, when you make it that filtered, I haven't tasted it, but he said it tastes terrible. You got to have the minerals in it. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I used to be involved in all kinds of things, and I had Navy personnel work security for me, and I still have friends, and it's still lifelong service members, and we won't go down that whole road, but I thought that was how far it's advanced. These battleships and aircraft carriers and stuff don't need to get water. And because of why I was more interested in is because of how much water all the chip facilities and the energy facilities need, and that they're worried about the water shortage. But now with these desalination, which are nuclear, that's not really a concern as much as people are saying, because they just have to build those to get the seawater to cool all the memory and the chips and everything else. I'm not an expert at it, but I know that water shortage was a big deal, was a big concern, that now is kind of over the last decade has become less of a issue. They just have to build more plants to deal with it, But look it up. Don't go by my weird knowledge on it, because I could have gotten something wrong there. I love learning new stuff, though. It's just interesting what we're getting capable of, I can't wait to see the movie about the rescue, because I keep hearing, I don't know if they're really, I was about to say trumping up, but making it seem like was much more difficult or much more dramatic than it really was, just for political purposes. But assuming it's anywhere near what they're saying, it's probably going to be the next exciting movie, right? that they'll have out in a couple years. I love those kind of movies. I don't like people dying, I'm not making a statement about that. I'm just saying that fictional action stories based on a true story. That's what I'm saying. How about that? All right, people are jumping off the stream either because I'm politically incorrect, very boring, or they had to go to work. What time is it? Yeah, it's almost 11. East Coast time. Should I take a buy down here? It keeps asking me to. But then again, it was way down here not too long ago. 146, I'll give it a shot. See if I can get it near 146. I'll go in market to make sure I get in, and see if I can get it anywhere near the even dollar amount here. Spike down. There it is. 99. So I got just what I wanted to. Now, is it a mistake? And the drum is rolling. You're going to go back up to where you've been. Could take a baby trade here. It's kind of waiting for a bigger move. Look at how it's just stopped dead. I'll take that. Oh, it jumped down right when wow. How many? I was at $20 down, right? Oh, okay. It was 10 bucks. All right. I'm so close, guys. We'll stick it out. Come on, baby. This is often when it goes against you, of course. If I just hadn't taken that last trade, I wouldn't be $1,000 down right now. Now, I did get the studio cat up here, so she is the muse, although she was here yesterday, too. So what does that mean? She's losing her mojo. They've obviously opened the door downstairs. They don't have the muse cat anymore. I have the musing. Maybe they think she's really bad luck now. I know, I don't want to give you a complex. She does not care what I'm saying. And I love dogs too. I used to raise golden retrievers, and I love cats. When I can't be around as much as what was happening, I was traveling a lot. The dogs never saw me, and it wasn't fair to them and who was taking care of the dogs. It's just cats can handle that better, and they have a cat box. The secret about having a cat in a house is having a vented to the outside little area for your cat box, and then it never smells. You don't want people walking into your house and having that like, oh, you gotta have that smell out of there. And it works so easy if you just vent it. You just suck it right out. Then the cats are terrified and they just take a dump in the middle of the room. No. I could have taken it there. I thought about it. What's happening with the SPY? Yeah, everything's going down again, so going long right there could be a little tiny bit more risky than the usual trades. Here's our magnet. Our VWAP's up here though, so I'm thinking that a recoil off a long down here might be okay. Might be an okay move. Look at the 5-minute charts, just fine. Nothing screaming a downward move there. Wow, I kind of wish I would have got in it, huh? Jeez. Now I put that level there. Is that a smoothing level? It's a 78. That's a pretty good level, actually. I would respect that level. Hit it 5 times. That level. That was the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 6th time that it just hit that level. Wish I would have looked at that earlier. I was busy talking about cat poops. Wow. Almost did it. So close. That's at the 78 mark. I'm looking at the market maker here. Anywhere down below 80 cents, I'll probably grab it. 145.80, somewhere in there. Or below it, even better. It's using it as support down there. It really is just not wanting to break that level. Trump's deadline is closing in. Why aren't markets reacting more? Trump's shifting Iran ultimatum all in one chart. That's all Benzinga news. I was just picking up on it. Well, here's one. Fed 1-year consumer inflation expects for March 3.4 versus 3.3 on the prior. So that's not good news. That could turn everything down, actually. Market's going down. That just came out. That's 1102. That actually is possible to turn the whole market down. A news like that on inflation. It's the New York Fed, 1-year consumer inflation expectations. Okay, think about that for a minute. Now it just hit Benzinga too. It says 3.1 in March. I mean, it's kind of around the same area, but 3.4 is definitely higher. Will they care? Will the market care? You just don't know. I'd rather be short biased. I'd rather come up here and go short than play long right here. It changed the way I'm taking this trade, so I'm not going in. There's a lot of downside here, you know, all the way down to 144. Wow, that's not, seems so far down there, doesn't it? This is not like MU. It's barely a buck. What's happening? Nvidia down $2. Tesla's all the way to 337. I'm so glad I sold that. Apple is down $10. MU is down $9. Amazon down $2. AMD down $2. This stock is down $4 that I'm on. No, Palantir, I'm sorry. Palantir is down $3. Yeah, opened up here. Wow, hit that ATR and just bounced right off. That would be a good level to go in, but that's way down there. I don't have time to wait for that. So that is the pre-market low. It's not hitting, along with the market magnet, along with continuing RSI levels that say go back up, and a MACD. There's a lot of data that says go back up. And then your resistance would be the VWAP, the 50, or the quarter ATR, and the market magnet. It would be kind of where you would expect it to consolidate, because that's where it has been. Chicken before the egg kind of thing. You have very, very tight windows on the trades. So taking a $10 trade, that's about what you should expect, because you don't want to go for the limit on the average. I could raise the share size. And, you know, then it's harder to average into. I could average into, if I did 200, I could go into 400 shares. But then you've been trading one way all day. You're making $10, and then suddenly you lose 50 because you changed your share size. So just the way I've been trading this, it's not smart, because it's not like can be any more accurate. I just have a greater chance of losing, you know. So I kind of feel I've been lucky here. I don't feel... I'm being very, very conservative. Every time I get in a trade, I'm watching like I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, do you want to add? Do you want to get out? It's $6. Oh my God. And it's because I am so unsure of the data. I cannot call this data, guys. Just scalping skills. That's what I got. That's it. In the moment. Level 2 barely helps you with, you know, you can see that swaling, you know, here I can kind of watch it. That's about all I need, like 10 deep. But it's only showing you like 40% of what's actually, everybody else is hidden. And it's really hard to move price based on share size on these big, huge stocks. I mean, to actually effectively move it a direction, even for spoofers. Okay, the 5 minute showing green, everything else is red. I'm going to call it soon here if I can't get a decent trade. Intel stock surges as Elon partnership targets. Intel stock surges. Well, I wouldn't call that a surge. That's a surge? It's down 20 cents. Is that somebody trying to make it surge? Or is it about to surge? 11:08. That was 1 minute ago. Let's see if that starts to creep up. Might be interesting. It's so slow, you can't. If I go there, I bet it's like, yeah, dead liquidity. I just had to check. Just turned to warm. Yeah, that gauge is working well, guys, so I'll make that available soon. You just need to look at it one time when you're trying to go to a stock. And you look at the volume per 1 minute. Okay, I'm really getting ready to go because I'm falling asleep in my chair. I think I'm going to go work out because there's no session waiting for me. It's like a little vacation. Got to pull myself away from trading because you're forcing trades. Okay. Maybe take that hit. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Wow, it put me way down. I'm thinking that I took that before it was where it had been high. I know I did that because I'm willing to add to it up here. So let's see. I'm changing my stripes on my last trade. I'm changing my stripes before the afternoon session. Got it at 18. If it gets up toward the 50 cents, I'm going to add. Just make sure there's not some weird stop. What's going on with Palantir on Tuesday? Looking for it to get near 50 cents. I will sell more shares. Here it comes. I'm going to go. All right. I went market to make sure I'm in. Now I'm in the soup. Let's see if it's going to get rid of all my gains or it's going to pull back. So I'll wait for this move for a minute. So I'm 33. I'm at this level. Trying to make my big move, and now I'm going down. See, I was $10 off. Now look, see, just what I predicted. It's okay. One trade will get that with the right conditions, and these are not them. Ugh. This is what happens when you get bored. Come on, you're only 30 cents off my position, so let's go down. I'm actually not even opposed to going in 400 shares on this, which would be my full position, just to try to get something going here. Then I'll have to recover if I guess it wrong. It'll be a fun way to start the afternoon. Anywhere near 147, I'll go in for a larger share size, but it's probably going to recoil like it should be. That was a pretty big move. That's an anomaly as I went in it, you know, from what it had been doing. That range, with this candle range was 44 cents. That candle range was 38. So you had 82 cents right there. Now it's coming back down. This is my position, really, the 34. Make sure I don't push the wrong button again. Let's get an actual retracement here, guys. Something decent. Generally, the market's starting to go back down. I had a little SPY and a QQQ up there as that happened. Now they're turning around. Good. Volume increased as it's going down. Holding at the 50 cent now. breaking it for the second time. Oh my God, it's getting late. I'm gonna go do something else. I hope you guys are doing good today. I'm just now trying to get green so we can start fresh in the afternoon. Sometimes it's good to have a challenge, though, when you go in your psyche to trade a little more recklessly. You got to do what's safe for you. It's not a game for most people like I'm making it sound, obviously. It's a big deal. Reversal sign, unfortunately, and a potential 1 minute bull flag. Not what I want to see. We'd like this candle to be red now. "30 seconds for this to turn around for me." Oh, no. It's going to be bad news if that doesn't turn red. 20 seconds for that to turn red. I want this candle to turn red. You got a lot of 1 minute bull flag jumper honors. Oh, man, not cool. Okay. There it goes. All right. Now I am really digging a hole, right? 71. This is when it gets, you know, you're in the soup now. Now this is when it gets interesting. I've got 400 shares. Got quiet. It's a less expensive stock than the big one, so I can go a higher share size on this account. But this is not one I would swing. I'll just take the hit if it starts to go against me here. Just get out. Kind of wish it would have recoiled by now. That was the hope. Only 20 cents off my position. Looking for the big dip here. We wanted to bring some excitement into it. We got it now. Kind of looking at the news stories as I'm waiting here. Making sure I'm not missing something. Palantir merges with Elon Musk's brain. Not good. I mean, the buyers were pretty weak on that last one, so I don't want to see that go up. Yeah, it has been that high before today. There we go. Well, I was green for the day for a moment there on this one, but obviously I'd like to see a bigger move down. That's why I took the trade. 10 cents off my position. Green for the day briefly. Kind of need a rejection here, guys. Looking for a rejection here. I want to make sure I don't try to add to 800 shares by trying to sell as it goes down. So I'm holding over the flatten so I don't get confused in my senile brain. We'll wait out another pullback. It's got me trapped now, so I'm still here trading. How we doing? You guys have dropped off quite a bit now. At least I got my heart rate up a little bit. Struggle so hard for $10 and then you do this. As long as I don't get a thrombosis here and then you guys watch me like keel over at the keyboard. Yes, my poker group is all doctors. And when you hear them talk about day-to-day life, it's sort of depressing. When they talk about patience, it's just like, is that what you guys really think? That is depressing. It's like the only group I'm in that they're not traders, you know, like everybody else is traders. You get a different perspective about things. That is not a reversal sign I'm getting. These are not good patterns. Not looking for a lot here, guys. I'm just a little bit of green on the trade, and I'm out of this thing. You know you don't like it up there. That's nosebleed area. Come on. You can see it really wants to stop at the 147. You can see it just making a little flat top here. 5 minutes finally turning red over here, which is good. If you're going short. Oh, no, don't do that. Below the 147, guys, not above the 147. Below, oh dear. Now I'm in trouble. Let me get a level here. 714. Yeah, with the buyers were dropping off, but they seem to be trying to make a move here. We've got 2 minutes to turn this red. That was a rickshaw man on the 1 minute. Good. MACD sent it down. That was good. Let's trust in the MACD, shall we? We are willing a good trade. We need the prayer indicator here. There actually is one. It's over at the $1 Million Margin Club. So many people pray at their screens. Yeah, it's good versus evil. It's actually pretty funny. It's a fun indicator. Oh no, it's like down. It's one of these indicators, but like a Scalp Pro, but it does for good and evil. The longer it stays here, the more concerned I get that it wants to make a breakout. You know, it's made a new channel here, and I'm out of the channel, unfortunately. And I can't really, I'm not going to go to 800 shares if I even could. I don't think this account could do it, actually. Might be able to add like another 100 shares, but just better to just take your licking and keep on ticking at that point, you know. Come back for a little bit more of a recovery in the afternoon. Make it more of a challenge. It's waiting for me to get out at a loss before it goes down. We all know it. Just will not break below that 147 with any kind of meeting. Just like staying right at it. That's this level here. And now it's going beyond it. Yeah, there's only so much pain I'm going to take up here before I just bail. $16. That's not good, guys. This is a bad trade, and I got to get out of this trade if it doesn't recoup. That's it. I'm going to take it out. I lost 166. Oh dear. What do I have to bail out of here now? 220. That's because a lot of the green was on that stock. Oh, God. I did it to myself, and it's still going up. All right, guys. I will be back in the afternoon to continue this debacle. Hopefully I'll get nice and green then. Hope you guys are doing okay, and I will see you soon. Go green out there.